Let us now discuss the different selected disorders and diseases of the muscular system. So let's start first with muscular dystrophies, just like your Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So for its definition, it is actually a progressive muscle degeneration that is caused by mutation in your gene dystrophin. So remember class that your Duchenne muscular dystrophy, it is actually a genetic disorder wherein yung ating dystrophin gene is poorly expressed in our body. So to be specific, wala po tayong dystrophin gene in our body causing muscle fiber breakdown. So what are the clinical features or presentation of your patients having Duchenne muscular dystrophy? So first one, they experience muscle weakness that starts in the lower limbs, and they also possess or they also present what we call your Gower's sign. So when we say Gower's sign, it is a sign wherein our patient is using his or her hands in order to stand up. So as you can see in this figure or in this image, yung pasyente po natin, ginagamit po niya ang kanyang kamay in order for him to stand up. And aside from that, another clinical feature is we have your calf pseudohypertrophy. Okay, next one is we have your myasthenia gravis. So remember class that your myasthenia gravis, it is an autoimmune disorder affecting neuromuscular transmission. So when we say autoimmune disorder class, our immune system attacks our own body or our own cells. So pagdating class sa ating myasthenia gravis, our antibodies attack our acetylcholine receptors. And I want you to focus here, class, in this image. Okay, so in our body, we have what we call your acetylcholine. So yung acetylcholine nating class, it is a neurotransmitter or it is a chemical messenger that is important for skeletal muscle movement. So in our body, or to be specific, in our muscle cells, meron po tayong tinatawag na acetylcholine receptors. So, yung acetylcholine receptors nating class, yan po yung receptors or para kumbaga point of attachment ng ating acetylcholine sa ating muscle cells in order to cause contraction. So, kapag contraction, I should say. So, once your acetylcholine binds to your acetylcholine receptor, yun pong ating muscles will now cause or it will now contract, causing a body movement. But when it comes class to your myasthenia gravis, yun pong ating antibodies produced by our own immune system, sinisira niya po ngayon yung ating acetylcholine receptors. So kapag kasira ang ating acetylcholine receptors, wala po ngayong pupuntahan si acetylcholine. And remember, ano ulit ang function ng ating acetylcholine? It promotes muscle contraction. So kapag hindi po makapag-bind si acetylcholine sa ating acetylcholine receptors, it will now result to a reduced muscle contraction. So clinical features, so we have reduced muscle contraction. Ptosis order is a drooping eyelids, just like what is depicted in this image, and there is diplopia. So when you say diplopia, there is a double vision being experienced by our patient. The next one, we have your polymyositis. So it is an inflammation of skeletal muscles. So just like class your myasthenia gravis, ang inyong polymyositis is also an autoimmune disorder wherein our immune system attacks our muscle fibers, leading to chronic inflammation and weakness, usually in our shoulders, hips, and neck. So for the clinical features or presentation, so our patient experience symmetrical proximal muscle weakness, and we have as well associated disease to your polymyositis, which is what we call your dermatomyositis. So it is similar to your polymyositis, but meron po siyang skin manifestations, which is in the form of your rashes. Okay, next one, we have muscle injury and overuse disorders, just like your muscle strain and tendinitis. So for your muscle strain, it is the overstretching or tearing of your muscle fibers. So napupunit po class yung ating muscle fibers. So what is the common cause of your muscle strain? So there is sudden movement, biglaang paggalaw, and overuse of our muscle. So clinical features, so there is pain, swelling, and there is also limited movement. And then we have your tendonitis. So from the term itself, tendonitis, basta every time that you hear or you saw a suffix itis, this refers to your inflammation. So when we say tendonitis, this is the inflammation of your tendons. So what is the cause of your tendonitis? That is repetitive motion. Like for example, the use or the repetitive use of your tennis elbow. Okay, and the next one, we have metabolic and electrolyte-related disorders or diseases of your skeletal muscle. So we have what we call your rhabdomyolysis. So when we say class rhabdomyolysis, there is a rapid breakdown of your skeletal muscle. So commonly, it is caused by your trauma, even our drugs, and extreme exercise. So ano po ang nangyayari? So remember class, that in your rhabdomyolysis, so there is an abnormal breakdown of our muscles, releasing what we call myoglobin in our blood. So again ha, your muscle is rapidly or being rapidly broken down. So kapag ka nag-breakdown class ang ating skeletal muscle, it will result to the formation of what we call myoglobin. So yung myoglobin nating class, it will enter our blood. And remember, saan po ba nafe-filter ang ating blood? It is being filtered by our kidneys. So our myoglobin, once it reaches your kidney class, that will result to your kidney damage. So what are the clinical features of your rhabdomyolysis? So you have muscle pain and you also have dark urine. Nag-iba po yung kulay or dark po yung color ng ating ihe. So that is the common sign of your rhabdomyolysis caused by abnormal breakdown of your skeletal muscles. And then lastly, we have your muscle cramps and spasms. So ano po yung common cause ng ating muscle cramps and spasms? So that is mainly caused by electrolyte imbalance wherein masyado pong mababa ang ating potassium, calcium, and magnesium. So what are the clinical features of your muscle cramps and spasms? So there is a sudden painful contraction. And based on this figure, so these are the common causes of your muscle cramps and spasms. So we have electrolyte imbalance, dehydration, and we have exercise related. So we have what we call exercise induced muscle cramps. So this is because you do a new activity. Like for example, gumawa ka ng panibagong exercise routine. So yung muscle mo class, hindi po siya sanay na ginagawa po yung activity na yon. So that may result to muscle cramps and unusually long activity. So sobrang mahaba po yung activity na ginagawa ninyo that requires the use of your muscle. So let's say nag-exercise ka for 3 hours and which is usually ang ginagawa mong exercise is for 15 or 20 minutes lang. So kumbaga, nabibigla or masyadong napapagod ang inyong muscles resulting now to your muscle cramp. And lastly, we have unusually strenuous activity. So when we say unusually strenuous activity, ibig sabihin, masyado kang nag-exert ng force sa ating muscle. So parang kumbaga is nabibigla rin po yung ating muscles na mag-exert ng too much force or strength, causing now your muscle cramps. And then we also have muscle fatigue, yung pagkapagod po ng ating muscles, and heat-related as well. And we also have what we call symptomatic muscle cramps. So it is caused by systemic conditions o mga sakit, neurological conditions, and even medications, and as well as intoxications or poisonings. And then lastly, we have what we call your idiopathic or nocturnal muscle cramps. So kapag kagabi, tapos nag-muscle cramps kayo, that is what we call your nocturnal muscle cramps or idiopathic muscle cramps. So remember, it is or there is no identifiable cause of your muscle cramps during at night. So kapag ka natutulog kayo class, tapos nagkaroon ng muscle spasm, there is no known cause kung bakit nagkakaroon tayo ng muscle cramps or spasm. So again, we have three types of your muscle cramps. We have your exercise-induced muscle cramps, we have your symptomatic muscle cramps, and we have your idiopathic or nocturnal muscle cramps. So for our discussion regarding the different muscular system disorders and diseases, so it's quite short lang naman po. So selected lang po yung mga kailangan nating i-discuss na diseases. So that will be the end of our discussion regarding the different disorders and diseases of our muscles or our muscular system.